Yo, what's going on, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the sharp side. Starting off with the NBA, 0-1 day yesterday. I only had a half a unit parlay that we actually hooked on. I needed Ant to have 25. He had 24. That game should have went to overtime, but Julius Randle hit a 3 at the buzzer, step back, covered. Tough break. 0-1, though. We move on. I got a huge slate today. We were absolutely firing away. So we'll share the screen, jump right into props.cash here. We'll go full screen and go over some of my plays. First play we'll go over, this is a half a unit play. I grabbed Malik Beasley over 15.5 points. It's since moved against me. My assumption is Jaden Ivey's playing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's moving against me. If you haven't played it yet, still play it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that one's moving against me, but I still like Jaden Ivey's over. Again, I only played this for a half a unit to win a half a unit. I think I laid 0.55. Might have been – oh, shit. Hold on. Let me just pull up my slip. 0.6 at Fanatics to win a half a unit. So that's my first play, Malik Beasley. He's over in a what is this, 6 straight. I know that Detroit's been dealing with some issues. Jaden Ivey's been in and out. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s been in and out. But I think the way that Malik Beasley has played, it's going to be hard to play him. Like, I just see him. He's probably playing 25 to 35 minutes still. 35, best case scenario, but I still think 25 is worst. And I don't see a massive dip in his field goal attempts. 17 might be gone, but 12, 14, 15, I still think we see this kind of production out of him. Now, I could be wrong. Actually, let me go over here. I think Chicago struggles. That's what I thought. 17th in spot up, 27th in transition, 25th off the screen. They're just his player profile is a pretty decent matchup. I know it's moved against me, but I still like the over here on Malik Beasley. This game I also played. Make sure I played. I really considered playing this morning. I did play this. Nikola Vucevic over 18.5 points. Let's go to the market and see if this one's still available. I'm on one total today, one side, no totals. I grabbed the Miami -3 this morning. I said it was good to 4. And the line is currently, now it's 5.5. So shout outs to the Discord. Make sure you get in, get the best of these. I think most of these plays today, though, will still be better. Right now we're 1-1. One got better, one got worse. I'm still not really sold on I'm not sold on Malik Beasley. Like, I might hit it for another half a unit now. We played a 110 on Vucevic to win a unit. You can still lay a 118 at FanDuel, 125 in multiple places. Still like the over. Looking back at how Chicago likes to play with or without Levine, Vucevic is going to get his looks. Also, let me dive into this a little bit deeper. Detroit, 26th to pick and roll roll man, allowing the 26th most points to pick and roll roll man. 22nd most points to post up. And Duran, if he plays foul trouble, I could easily see Vucevic getting to the foul line here. 29% of his points come from outside of the restricted area, but in the paint, they're 23rd in that regard. Yeah, it's just a great spot for Vucevic. Think this game stays competitive. He's over a 9 of 14. So I think the spread on this game is like 4. Hold on, let me double check that. Open link in new tab. Yeah, Detroit's a 4.5 point favorite. I see Chicago staying competitive in this one. I like Vucevic's over. I also played. Well, first of all, there was a 24.5 under seed, and that's why I waited. Okay, Okay, FanDuel bumped back down. I was going to say, I like the 24. There was a 24.5 this morning that was very juicy. And I kept telling myself, if we wait, we might get a decently priced 24.5. Hasn't happened yet, but I'll keep an eye on it. If Fanatics bumps back up, I will be on that. I took Kobe White's PRA under at 28.5. Looks like it's bumped a point. Still honestly like it at 27.5. It's not a easy matchup here versus Detroit, as you can see. Under in 10 of his last 10 versus Detroit as well. Vucevic playing, Levine playing. Kobe White under 28.5 PRAs. This was another play. I played it to win 1 unit. Under in 5 of 8 road games this season. Just pretty honestly a difficult matchup for Kobe White today. They're 4th in transition. They allow the 4th fewest points in transition. They're only 11th in spot up. So he's scoring 52% of his points above the break. They're right outside the top 10 and above the break scoring. So Kobe White's under was a good spot for me. Let me go ahead and get these in the banner for y'all. I know we got more and more people popping in, so not that banner. I'm deleting shit from last week. Okay, so we got Kobe White under 28.5 PRAs. Nikola Vucevic over 18.5 points. And Malik Beasley over. I got 15.5 points. That's since moved very far against me. Don't love that one, but I digress. We move on. That's going to happen every now and then. Like it to happen as infrequent as possible, though, although it is good for account health, so I'm glad it was a half a unit play. Nothing else for me in this one. Ivy's questionable. I think more leaning probable at this point. We've obviously attacked Ivy several times this season. I went Beasley today, though. Beasley's a god. Ivy has a good matchup if he plays, though. They struggle in transition. They struggle versus pick and roll ball handlers. So if Ivy does play, I think he's got a great matchup. And I think Ivy's playing. Philly, Miami, Embiid, doubtful. Jimmy Butler is playing. I was teetering on Tyler Hero's over today, even with Jimmy. With Jimmy Butler this season, he's still over this line in 5 of 8, averaging 23 a game. I lean over Hero. I don't have much of an opinion on Jimmy just because he missed a couple games in a row here. Hasn't played since the 8th, so we had a nice little 10-day break there. Nothing interests me there. Jared McCann, I think this heater is coming to an end tonight. I lean under for him. Lean under, though. I'm not going to play that personally. Yeah, there was nothing in this game. Maybe Bam's under, honestly, with Jimmy back. I think his numbers are a lot worse with Jimmy this season. Yeah, under in 6 of 8 with Jimmy this year. So I lean under for Bam. Yes, sir. No problem, brother. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Everything I've gone over is there across the bottom. And if you got any requests, make sure you throw them up there. I'll get them in. In this game, I lean under Bam, lean under McCann, lean under Hero. Honestly, kind of lean over George. If this were like 18.5, I think it would be another spot we attack. But Miami's a tough individual matchup for him. Jimmy Butler's back in this one. I'm good on Paul George. I'm going to be dead ass with you guys. Rebound and assist props, especially rebound props. I've been struggling with rebound props this season. So I'm going to just stay away from them for now and see if maybe we can get those back rolling here in another week or two. But let's step away. This game, Knicks in Washington, 14.5. Ben in here, Wizards fan. You don't get a lot of Wizards props around here, so happy to see one. I'm glad I could get one in for you. The play that I have is Jordan Poole over 19.5 points. We locked it in minus 108 at Bet Rivers this morning. Really like this. Even if there is a blowout, I think Poole gets it done. If I had to make a projection on Embiid's minutes, it would be less than 30, between 25 and 30, but less than 30. Check out Poole's turnovers over. We will. All right, so first off, we went pools, points over. Looks like FanDuel still got a great number. I think this is still playable. Over in 9 of 12 this season, you can see his usage rate. I mean, there's a lot of games over 30, 29 average, over 25 in every game but one. So even if they get blown out, I think he's going to still get his share of minutes in. He's been chucking too. If he's over 14 attempts, he's cleared in every game this season, even if they do lose by 10 or more. In losses, I don't think they're winning by 10 or more. In losses of 10 or more, he's also over in 7 of 10. So absolutely loves pull spot. Absolutely love pull in this spot. Had a request on the turnovers. Not bad versus New York. I'll probably just keep it with my points prop. This is a market I don't attack too often. Can't say I'm super familiar. Yeah, no, I'm good on that. It's probably a good play though against the Knicks. I think something else you'd want to see is over in 6 of 10 loss hit. And here the thinking, the logic is here. Less minutes, he hits it less often. But he's been pretty steady at that 2.5 turnovers. So I like that. Smaller market, easier to get limited. I'm good. I'm not gonna bad for account health when you're as good as I am, and I don't mean to be cocky when I say that. I just lose accounts too often to be dumping hundreds on turnover props. Anything else in this game, Matty Ice? Someone asked me about Koulibaly. It's a good spot. Doesn't look like he loses a lot of loses a couple. OG on a newbie RAs. Let me see here. Rebounds looks great. I don't hate the idea of a Hart triple double because even in blowouts, Thibs is going to run his guys. I lean over for OG's rebounds, honestly. As I said, I've had some trouble in the rebound department this year. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but OG rebounds, FanDuel's 5.5, most other places. Pardon me, are at 6.5. Yeah, I would lean rebounds over, but as I said, rebounds have given me some trouble this year. Lean over for rebounds on Anunoby. What about a Hart triple double? He's only had one this year, but if there were a team to do it against, you know what I mean? He's been at the doorstep so often too. I don't hate it. What are the odds? Wow. Yeah, if you're laying like plus 1,000, I think it's worth a sprinkle. Plus 1,000 on Hart anytime touchdown. I'm on football. Any triple double. Definitely like that. That's why I said anytime touchdown. It's got the TD. I was wondering where my brain made that connection. All right, let's move on to the Indiana game. Shit, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember if I bet anything in this game. I got Malik out there, Kobe White out there. Oh, let me add Jordan Poole to the list down here. So, anyone new checking in. Appreciate that, bro. You too. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead and add Jordan Poole. All right, cool. Got that moving. Out there left, I got Fox to go over, Harden, and Franz Wagner. None of them are in this game. All right. Spots I looked at in this game: Halliburton over both points and assists. What's the also Indiana? Like Indiana minus 3.5. Unless Miles Turner isn't playing, even then, Indiana minus 3.5 feels like, even on the road. I think they're on a back to back too. Even back to back, I don't know. Feels light. Hallie's assist, I think, was what I was more looking at. Yeah, been on a little bit of a streak here also. Oh, wow, first. I seen as a team 19th. Again, haven't played that yet. Also considered Pascal back in Toronto over in 2 or 3. The time he missed, he only played 26.5 minutes. Kept that in mind. Also, yeah, there was a couple games here where he was less than 30. I assume we're getting 30 out of him tonight. Minutes, that is. Over in 6 of 11 with 30 minutes. Also believe, I was looking at a 19.5 this morning. So it looks like the markets agreed with me and I missed the number there. Also, RJ Barrett, I considered playing his over, but then I kind of looked. I watched a little bit of the Indiana game last night, the first 6 and the last 6 minutes. I rewatched it today, and their pace is why their defense looks bad, but I actually really like the way they play defense. I almost tweeted that out today. So I'm cool off RJ. I'm going to stay off of that line. Matherin, we were playing his over, but the books are now kind of juicing the fuck out of that line. We were playing 17 and 18.5 overs. A lot less interested in it at 20 and over. Houston, Milwaukee, did I consider Alperen Sengun today? I sure did. Kind of trusting in I'm a little bit more. IMA, however you pronounce that. This feels a little high to me, but then look at this. I'd have probably played this at like 21.5. I don't want to play it at 24.5, but I'd maybe play the under at 25.5. So like that's where this line sits to me. It's in between a gray area for each. I wouldn't have a lean either way in that direction. Over in 5 and 9 with Dame this season. No real read. No real read for me here. This is my favorite play, but I know the centers. Yeah. I like Sengun double-double. I do have a pretty strong lean. Over an 11 of 14. He's on a back-to-back, so what does that mean for him? But he also only played 25.5 minutes last night. So, don't know. Lean over for Sengun. Lean over. I guess over isn't the word. Yes, on double-double for Sengun. Orlando and Phoenix, I had to play this Franz under. It was at 27.5. I don't know what MGM was doing. Like 25.5, I would not have touched it. 27.5. I had to put a little something on it. I know he's been balling. Trust me. I mean, believe me, I know. But let's see where the market's at now. MGM is still at 27.5. I would play it. FanDuel's at 25.5. They're definitely the sharpest domestic book, especially, well, not especially, but yes, especially when we're talking about props as well. Let's go look at Franz versus Phoenix, player type, and shit like that. Keep in mind, Paolo's been out for 5 games now. Outside of pick and roll ball handlers, Phoenix has guarded every one of his other position scoring. His play type very well. Pick and roll ball handlers, though, they've struggled against. Look, it was just a numbers play for me at 27.5. This season, without Paolo, he's under in 5 and 9 still. Look, I get this, but injured bums, high pace, bums, should have cleared it here, bums, maybe they were up, very injured, super high pace. I don't know. 27.5 felt like too high to me. If you don't love the breakdown, if you think he's been balling, he's been going nuts, he's going to keep it up, don't tail that one. But I mean, 27.5, too much value for me to pass on here. I also kind of like Booker's over, but Orlando without Carter and Paolo has still been a good defensive team. This feels like also one of those where they could really hone in on Booker and maybe just whoop ass, if we're being honest. What's the spread in that game? 4.5 points on the road. The Suns are also on a back-to-back. That's another key thing worth noting. This game, I did play Fox under 33.5 points. I know he's went crazy the last two nights. This was another one of those plays where the number just felt too high. I know they're very bad against guards, but if you take the last two games out, he was under that in 12 straight to start the regular season every game. Also, over in just 18% of regular season games last season. Over 33.5 is a special game for him. Booker back-to-back, let me circle back. Booker under and back-to-backs. That's what I was just kind of saying, like. Back-to-back's a tough spot. Under in both this season. 8 of 11 last season, going up against a really tough defense. I know they've got no other scoring options, but Ben, I don't hate the under in that. I don't hate the look of the under in that. I lean under there. I like what you're thinking there. 0 days rest, under in both. He did go over twice last year in the season, but those were probably playoff push games. Depleted, can easily focus in on them on the road. No, they're at home. I'm sorry. They are at home. I lean under for Booker, though. All right, let me add the Fox under. I know this play isn't sexy, and I realize there's a lot of unders on the card today, but I just play where I find value. 1 under, 2 unders. That's not too bad. Not too bad yet. Jalen Johnson rebounds caught my eye this morning. I wonder if it bumped. See, I don't need all this now. Oh, they are on a back-to-back, though. Over in 10 of 14. Difficult matchup, but, man, not really for power forwards either. Lean over for Jalen Johnson's rebounds, like a very strong lean over. I honestly thought that would bump. Did it open 7.5? I think it opened 8.5. Rebounds. Yeah, it opened 8.5. Very strong lean under. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Rebounds have been tricky for me this year. I'm going to stay off of that line, but do lean under for over for Jalen Johnson. Over in 8 of 14, 8 of his last 10. I mean, just really strong performances. All right, keep it moving. Golden State. Curry, I'm pretty sure, is playing. He went through shoot-arounds. He's technically questionable, but I think Curry's playing. How many minutes did he play in the Memphis? Only 26 in the Memphis game. Powell over. He's gone under in 3 straight games after like a 10-game streak of going over. I think this could be a nice bounce-back spot for Powell. Harden seems to be like always just under this line. I think this would be a good spot to attack Harden's under. He's one of those guys, though, like last year. Those of you that are like real OGs and were tapped in last season, Bam Adebayo was the guy. He was always between 15 and 20. ESPN Bet really did have the best alternate lines last year. You could get a whole point for like 5 to 10 cents in some cases. So, like Bam Adebayo, if he were 19.5, I would buy up and play under 20.5. And if he was ever at 16.5, buy down and go over because he was always between 15 and 20. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander last year, if you remember, between 29 and 31, he was – I mean, he had to fall between those two numbers in half of the games at least. So we're seeing that out of James Harden so far this year. Under 24.5, over 17.5, about a 7-point difference. But if you're looking at parlay spots, you're looking to go over or under. He's a guy that's very tight in that group of numbers. And here's where I differ from a lot of the other quote-unquote pro bettors in the industry. They'll feed you a blanket statement like it's never good to buy points. And I mean, we could make an agreement that like 90% of the time it's not good to buy points. But if you if you make your own numbers and you see a higher probability in something happening than what the books are giving you. If you have faith in your model, if your model is good, that's a plus EV play. So buying points is plus EV. And it might not mean that you wouldn't have equal EV playing the straight line, but maybe you want to account health. Here's something else. If you can play a parlay that's plus EV, it's even more plus EV because you get to keep that account alive. Coming from someone that's done this 5 years, you can't bet if you don't have accounts. So keeping your account alive is number fucking one. So that's just my little spiel. This is a guy that could be profitable in a spot like that. Harden under 24.5 or over 16.5. Love that if you're trying to keep an account alive. Outside of that, though, I don't see anything profitable in his main line. Not enough. I do lean under that 21.5. If there were actually, holy shit. I was just going to say I might take an under 22.5. Wait a second. I feel like I looked at that earlier. Did I? I don't think I bet that. I think I already looked at that today. Oh, hey, yo, I'm tripping. I did bet the under 22.5. I'm sitting here saying I'd probably bet under 22.5. Yeah, you would. My fault. I seen the 21.5 and forgot, but 22.5 kind of sparked my memory there. My fault. A lot of action today, too. Like I said, one play yesterday, one half a unit play today. 8 of these bitches. Yeah, 22.5. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Under 22.5. I did, Ben. See, I did. Go check. Tell me if it didn't go through. 117. Yeah, 117. Yep. And it looks like nah, never mind. Everyone moved since then. I still like the 21.5. Not as much though. I mean, honestly, this is the scenario, like the exact scenario. You want to keep an account alive? Go to Bet Rivers and get under 22.5 with your next favorite play. I'm telling you. All right. This game we'll move on from though. Do like this under 21.5 still, but man, this is the exact scenario. Go grab the 22.5. Norman Powell. Hold on a second here, actually, with Powell. Clippers, Powell. Nah, we're good. Move on to the next one. That might be the last one. Cleveland, Boston is tomorrow. Okay, cool. That wraps it up. Should we transition straight into the NFL show? I think we should. All right, let's transition straight into the NFL show instead of doing an NFL show later. We'll go right into the NFL now. I got a bunch of new people just now joining in. I appreciate y'all for joining. Down below is everything I've played in the NBA portion of today's show. We're going to go ahead and transition into the NFL. Let me make sure I have everything. Malik Beasley, the only one with negative closing line value. We got Kobe White there with neutral or a little bit of good closing line value. Jordan Poole, we got that. De'Aaron Fox, we've got that. Harden, we've got that. Vucevic, we've got that. Franz Wagner. Did I put Franz on there? I think I still owe y'all Franz on there. Appreciate you, bro. This is props.cash. Yeah, I'm affiliate with them. They are definitely best in the business. Yeah, let me put Franz in the banner, and then we'll be good to push over to the NFL, get the NFL portion of the show started. Franz under 27.5 points. We lock this in at MGM. Yeah, it's still there, so I like it. I love it. All right, moving on to the NFL portion of today's show. Just going over the Houston-Dallas game. Houston is like a 7.5 point favorite, I believe. I got a couple buddies over there. Obviously, I think Dez is going to be at the game tonight. Another guy in the group we've got is going to be there. Everybody is expecting Dallas to lose this game. I think even Cowboys fans are expecting Dallas to lose this game. Cooper Rush, not much to talk about. Looked awful in his start. I believe he missed some time with – what was the injury in this game? I don't even remember. Trey Lance took some snaps. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Trey tonight. I do have – shout out my buddy Tuck. I think it's at JTuck on Twitter. Big Dallas Cowboys, fan, podcast, all that stuff. He's deep in with Cowboys Nation. He's thinking they're going to run Trey for the Thanksgiving game. And I don't hate that. Give the fans some excitement. Run Cooper Rush tonight. You know you're going to lose. Have something to look for on Thanksgiving Day. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Trey today, though. CJ Stroud, we just got to ask ourselves if he's going to need this. And do we want to play the under because he won't need it? I've bounced back and forth with that notion basically since Thursday night. I've been back and forth on it. Bet Rivers also opened Houston -6, and I don't know why we didn't put our life savings on that number, but we didn't. Hold on, I'm loading up the market here on unabated. I'll use it on my other screen. Passing yards. Where's the best under for Stroud? 240.5 at Fanatics, 115. Do we want to go under just because he won't need to do it? But Nico's back. I don't want to go under because Nico's back. They're going to try to get Nico involved. He said he's 100%. I don't like it. Maybe we attack some running backs. Let's go see how Mixon's lines moved, because those of you that have been tapped in know we've played Mixon a lot, but 90 scares me. Let's see where this opened. $87.5 at MGM. I can't see a Fanatics line for some reason. I'm going to have to go look at it. Opened 86.5. MGM's at 87.5. Tell me 87.5 isn't almost. If Fanatics is 85.5, we're done talking. That'll be the one play for the day, and maybe we throw together a little something, but a little parlay or something. But man, Mixon. Fuck, I got a VPN on. Hold on. All right, let's see what we can get Mixon at. If 85.5 is real, MGM just moved. They're watching the stream. Get out of here, MGM traders. Joe Mixon. Hold on. I'm shopping Mixon rushing yards. I really think we might have a play here. They're at 90.5. What are they hitting? That's right. 80 plus. Shit. 87.5 at MGM, man. I almost just want to pull the 87.5. Well, it's also 87.5, 125 at Flip. So 287.5. Bookmakers at 87.5 minus 129. I lean over here. I really lean over for Joe Mixon. Strong lean over for Mixon. Let's keep that in our back pocket. Mixon over 87.5. Low key, I want to take this under too. This is nonsense, right? Rico? Got a 54.5 at Rivers. I got a 55.5, 125 at Fanatics. It's going to be a running back game. Do we take Mixon over, Rico under? I like them both. Also hearing from some Cowboys people that CD's not going today. I don't know if that's been confirmed, but that's the rumor mill inside of Dallas right now. Let me check that. Let me see if that's been confirmed. NFL. Nico full go, no playing time restrictions. I'm hearing CD's not playing. That's not been confirmed. Who benefits if CD doesn't play on the Cowboys? Cooks? We like a touchdown scorer. Yeah, that price is crazy. I was just about to say I like Joe to score, but that's nonsense. Yo, wouldn't this be wild? There's no handicapping it, but Trey Lance anytime touchdown. You heard it here first. And no, I'm not putting hard-earned currency on that. All right, hold on. Let me go to Fantasy Data Suite or whatever the fuck that's called. Fantasy Points Data Suite. Let me go see what the coverage grades are like. Receiving, wide receiver coverage matchup. I guess Schultz should be negatively affected with Nico coming back, right? But we're also getting a 28.5 line. Wow. Nico's expected to have the most points with yards per route run. 75 is his line. It feels like free money, but are they going to need it? Nico feels free, but are they going to need it? And also, is this coach speak? Is Nico 80%? No, you're not bringing Nico in at 80% to win this game. Never mind. That's stupid. No, they win this game without him. Diggs is out for the season. Schultz, it's not a good coverage grade for Schultz. CD's got a positive coverage grade if he plays, but his quarterback's so bad it doesn't matter. Honestly, I'm afraid of Nico. He's just coming back off of injury. It's not necessarily a bad coverage matchup for Tank. No, it's plus 3.8% coverage grade. It's decent. Vibes I'm getting right now is it's going to be the two running backs that I'm liking. Vibes right now is the running backs that I'm liking. I do love that Props.Cash added this. Okay, I can see they're 26th in yak per game to running backs. That's dead last in yards per completion. Are you guys seeing this? Let's go look around at this price. Rush and receiving yards. Joe Mixon. Got a 109 at MGM. This needs refreshed. I kind of like his rush and receiving, to be honest. Over in 3 or 4 wins this season. He's not going to average 2.8 yards per attempt. Targets have still been there. I'm all over Mixon today. If we're being honest, I'm all over Mixon today. Oh, man, this is tough. I don't know. Do I take rush and receiving? Do I just take rush? Do I just take receiving? Do I take rush straight and receiving straight? Honestly, I kind of like that. I see they're 10th in receptions, but 27th in rush and receiving yards, 24th in rush yards, 26th in receiving. They're 27th in rush and receiving yards. To running backs, which is key. Ben saying he likes the rushing yards straight. I think I like them both straight, honestly. Yards per completion. All right, Saquon under, Bijan way under. These guys didn't catch a ball. Jameer over, Najee over. If he gets catches, if he gets targets. Hold on. Let me actually, I'm tripping. Let me add running backs to this coverage grade. Let me see what Joe Mixon is. It's a positive coverage grade for Mixon. Man, I think I'm just going to play both straight instead of playing as rushing receiving. And this could go one way. Could be better in both regards, Ben. So then you stick with the scheme, and the scheme is the run. The scheme is the run. The scheme is the run. The game script is run, right? I mean, not that screens are negative, really. I mean, deep balls, yes. Screens, no, not so much. What's his average depth of target versus man and versus zone? Let's go look at that. This is what you don't get fucking other places. Calling for there's a good chance of snow in that Steelers Cleveland game. Yeah, that makes sense. Calling for snow where I live Sunday night. Game's in Cleveland, like 2 hours from Cleveland. I just want to see the Dallas Cowboys coverages. So they run zone 66% of the time. Can't get that out. So 20th most zone, 11th most man. A lot of cover one for today's NFL. 25%. 12th, upper middle. Cover 3, 31%. Upper middle, 10th. Cover 4, right in the middle. Okay, let's go look at Mixon again now. Damn, how did this happen? Was this an upgrade? Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Hold on. Hold up. Now we're going to see we're going to see Joe Mixon versus these coverages real quick. We're really getting down and dirty with it. Houston. Got to add running backs. Come on now. Advanced data or whatever you guys call yourselves. Just know we all want the running backs to be in there. Mixon, 5th in receiving yards on this team. All right, that's good to know. Now we're going to see how Mixon stacks up versus cover 1, cover 3. Those are the two predominant types. We're going to see team yards, average depth of target, yard share. Joe Mixon, 5th in yards, 4th in team yards percentage. 2nd in yards per route run. I like him versus cover 1. What's his average depth of target? This is why you got to get the model updated. I have it so much easier to read. -1 yards. All right, now let's go look cover 3. I assumed they were all screens. I just wanted to confirm, or at least the majority. If he's dominating cover 3 on a team perspective, I'm just playing both straight, honestly. I honestly think he could take one. All right, versus cover 3, not as sexy. A lot less sexy. Makes sense, honestly. Yeah, it makes sense. Fucking shit. What am I doing? I've been on Mixon for 20 minutes. I don't know what to do, guys. 87.5 rushing yards. That's what I'm doing. That's what's sticking out to me most. Just know I really lean over on his receiving yards too. I really want to play it. It's what, 18.5? He could take one that far. He's had basically an 11-yard reception in every game. Now I know he may only have two, but Saquon 12, Bijan 29, 20, 20, 19, 14, 23, 13, 57. Houston money line. Do we just go parlay, Ben? Do we just go parlay, Ben? Instead of a straight, instead of a couple straights, maybe we just build a parlay together? I don't hate the idea of building a lay for this game. Keeping it at like 1 unit total risk, taking everything that we kind of like. I might build mine at Bet Rivers. I got bonus bets there, or bonus profit boosts. Ben, I don't hate this. I don't hate this thinking here. Let me see if I can get alternate Russian receiving. I can. I can get Mixon over 100 Russian receiving. What do I think of Mixon over 100 Russian receiving? I like it. I wish I could get 90. I'm sure DraftKings has that. Um, Shit, I don't know. I should call Des right now and ask him. I don't know. It's 3.5. It's 4 hour drive, but that's like an hour flight. So good call though. Good call though. Battle of Texas. I know this is usually a really big, good game, but not looking that way today. All right, hold on. I don't like that 99.5. And I hate that DraftKings are fucking pussies and got rid of their alternate unders because now y'all couldn't tail this. What are the odds on this? Oh, they don't even have an alternate line. What books besides Rivers have alternate unders? Do y'all know? Does ESPN Bet still do alternate unders on players? Because I really like Rico Dowdle alternate rushing yards under. I do not think he's having a big game. You know, circle back and make fun of me if he breaks a 50-yarder. But man, I just think it's going to be tough for him. And I like Mixon's over. His rushing yards are at 90. Maybe I do just take his rushing receiving over. I just said I liked his rush over 87.5. I do think he's getting at least 10. That's minus 115. So here's what I got right now. Here's what I'm working with. This is what I like. I know this is on Bet Rivers. I'm going to check other books. Does FanDuel do alternate unders? I like Rico under 74.5 rush, Texans money line, Joe Mixon over 100 rush and receiving yards. I'm going to shop around and see where all I can get something like that. I know FanDuel has the your way where I'm from, but that's not everywhere. And if you don't know, that's where you can go in and really get particular, like how you want the game. Like, it's dope. It's really fucking dope. Instead of going by like 10-yard increments, you can go by 1 yard increment. But I know that's not in every state yet. Man, I wish y'all had the your way because then we could do this exactly like I'm doing it. I'm about to check for those of you that do have it. And if honestly, if this your way has better odds, I'll run it on here. So we want to go rushing yards, Rico. 75, no. Rushing and receiving. We really didn't have to do all this because they have a straight line. Yes. That's plus 103 here. That's already better odds. Okay, shout outs, FanDuel. I see you. Can you bet money lines on this, though? Who's hip with this your way shit? Can I bet money lines or nah? Yes, I can. Houston, Texas. I've got plus 133 here. Rico, less than 75 rushing yards. Mixon, more than 99 rushing receiving yards. Houston to win the game. Plus 133. Who's got FanDuel your way? Who has FanDuel your way? I think it's Maryland, West Virginia. Let me Google it. I'm not even seeing what all states this is in. Hold on, let's go. 888. Shout outs to everybody tapping in. 888. Every NBA play we've placed is down below. I'm on the verge of releasing a football NFL parlay. I like Mixon over 100 rushing receiving. I do. I like that. I like Mixon over 100 rushing receiving. I like Nico under his rushing yards, but there are a couple books that do alternate unders, and I'm loving that. And then we also like Houston's money line. Plus 133. I think I got to run this. I'm running this. If you don't have FanDuel your way, you can get this at Bet Rivers as well. And let me tell you all the Bet Rivers odds. Yeah, but the Bet Rivers odds are minus 114 opposed to plus 133 all day, every day. All right, FanDuel your way. I really don't think you're pricing that right. I'm dropping 1 unit on it. If you're in the Discord, it'll be posted in the Discord any minute. I just got to screenshot it and all that good shit. Cool. Shout outs to everybody that does have this FanDuel your way. If not, Bet Rivers would be the next best place to play it. I don't know anywhere else doing alternate unders, and shout outs to the books that actually do it. All right, y'all, that's going to end it. That's all I got. Every NBA play is down below. 1 NFL play. You can get this at Rivers or FanDuel if you have the your way. Rico Dowdle under 75 rushing yards. Joe Mixon, 100-plus rushing receiving over. Texans money line. Best of luck tonight if you're tailing. If not, well, best of luck to you anyways. Be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. for the NBA show. And then Wednesday, I will have a stream. I believe it's 6 to 6:30 p.m. More information about that coming soon. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Let's go.